Oh my god, this is definitely the week of a heat wave coming because it is just so hot. So guys, today I'm here to do Top 5 Tuesday, and today we are talking about trilogies because 3 books I think are just the epiphany of a good series, because series are always like way too long, but trilogies are just good enough. And duologies are good as well, but it just depends on what type of story it is, because sometimes you need more than just 2 books and sometimes it works. But I'm excited to get into my top 5. So number 5 on my list, I'm obviously going to put The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. Like, this is obviously one of my top favorites, but there is a couple that are a bit higher, but this is always going to be on my list. Tessa, Will and Jem are just amazing characters, and they're great characters to follow behind, and this is definitely the best of the Shadowhunter Chronicles and all the worlds and series. But I don't know, the Wicked Powers could potentially overtake it, as well as The Last Hours, because The Last Hours is set in the same kind of timeline as this. Potentially that could become my favorite because her writing would have evolved a lot more and she would have been getting a lot better with it. This is just an amazing trilogy and I'm never gonna not love it, and I've reread it last year and it was just so good at being back in the world and just really knowing how true my love for this is. Number 4 on my list is The Winner's Curse by Maria Rotowska, and I love this because it's one of the most angstiest things I've ever read. This series just killed me, honestly. It is a political drama, and this main character, she's not a fighter and she doesn't do stuff like that, but she's just got such an epic mind that she just gets out of so many situations, and Aaron is my bae. Like, I just love Aaron so much. I honestly think I want to reread this trilogy, but at the moment rereads aren't really going to be helping me trying to get my TV idea. I just love Kesha and Aaron and the world and the plot as it evolves in this book, and I feel like a reread too would help me understand a lot more other things that I was kind of overlooking because I was just there for the romance. But it's so good. Number 3 on my list is Lady Helen and the Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. When I read the first one, I honestly don't think this could have made my list because I liked it, but it was very long in a sense with how much description was in the clothing. But then I read book 2 and it was like, oh, what? But then I read book 3 and it kind of dwindled out a little bit, but definitely book 2 is the highlight of this series for me. And it just feels like you're in 1812. Like, the way that she describes everything and how much research she put into this book was just done so well. But I love Lady Helen and I love Lord Castleton, and there's so many good characters in this book, and it's just a great trilogy. Number 2 on my list is The Illuminae Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. As if this wasn't going to make my list, because I've finished the whole trilogy now and it is so good. Obviously, I always talk about the way that this series is written and it's very unique, but also the characters are just done so well, and I love getting behind them, looking at text messages and like going through photos, and just it's such an interesting journey to go through. And so many people say that the audiobooks are just amazing, and I feel like that'd be a really great way to experience this series. I definitely feel like I want to reread this first one. It was so long between reading this one then going into Gemina and Obsidio, but definitely this is just a great trilogy, and they're all very unique feeling characters. It's such a cool like conspiracy theory type of book, and it's just so good. And number 1 on my list is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This has definitely topped the spot for a long time now as one of my favorite trilogies. Like, seriously, this world building is done so amazing. The premise of it that this princess runs away from a marriage that she doesn't want to be a part, and then you find out that the prince and an assassin have both come after her to find out where she went and what she's doing, and we as the reader don't know which character is the assassin or the prince. And it's such a cool idea. Like, nothing I've ever read has done that before, but with the book as well is you see so much growth in these characters as they start to evolve, and you know, like kingdom and wars start to really happen, and you really got to rise up and like defeat these villains that are starting to pop up everywhere. And it's just such a good series, and this is definitely one that you either love it or you hate it, and that is totally fine. But I'm just so glad I'm one of the ones that love it. So these are my top 5 favorite trilogies. They're all amazing books, and I'm just so glad that I decided to pick them up, because you never know what you're gonna love until you decide to read it. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.